So, so a number of people may be wondering how you got into this case, but I also wanted to ask you because when she released her audio, there was a particular picture, or let me say, there was a particular name that came up when she released her audio. Part of the things that she was, when she held her camera to the screen, there was a name that came up that time, and we all saw Obina. I don't know if you could see on the screen. Mazi Obina. Is that you? That someone
Yes,
called?
and that is me.
That is you. Okay. So what is your relationship with the issue on ground? How were you involved in the issue on ground?
About 3 weeks ago, she called me. About 2 weeks ago, I got 100,000 from somebody. I didn't know who the person was, so I started wondering who was this that sent me 100,000, and I saw her name as the description. So the next thing she called me, she said that was for I and the kids for our Easter, and I thanked her for the 100,000. Then or about was this the same day or a few hours or the next day, she called me. I was like that she wanted me to do something for her. That she wanted me to do a job for her. I said, what was it? She said she needed a video editor.
Sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt you. The 100,000, was it on the 19th of April? Because you sent me a picture of a, was it the one on 19th of April?
Yes, I think that should be the first transfer she sent to me. That should be
Okay.
yeah,
I put it on the screen. So it has
yeah,
your name as the receiver. I'm just putting this
yeah,
up as you are talking for people that may be asking.
yeah.
Also the name Tade Nyawo, from the person that I interviewed 2 days ago, she mentioned Frances. She mentioned that this is the account that Sandra uses in Nigeria. Okay, so this is the evidence of the 100,000 naira payment. You can keep going.
So after the 100,000, she now told me that she wanted me to do a job for her. I said, okay, what was the job? She said she needed me to get her a video editor and a musician. So I told her I could do that, and I got her somebody, one of my guys who does video editing, also got a musician, and the video editor also promised to get somebody who would do a voiceover for a documentary. She said she wanted to do some documentaries. So she sent the scripts of the documentaries to me and told me to get the editor. The editor looked at it and said, okay, he could do it. He could deliver it within a day or two. She asked how much, and the editor said about 250,000. She sent in about 500,000. There she sent money both for the hotel that they would. She told me to pay for a hotel where they would stay. Gave me money to put them kind of like, oh yeah, take this, kind of like a dash and all that. So the editor started the work. The guy started the work, did the first production, did the voicing, and Sandra condemned the voicing. She didn't like the voicing. She said it was bad, and that she was working on a time frame, all that. Then she now said, okay, that she's going to call Frances Olisa Obonna, that she was going to call her to do the voicing. Now, Frances is somebody I know on social media, on Facebook. I've not met her before. In fact, it was Sandra that connected us some years back. And she called Frances. Frances came on board. She sent the script to Frances, and Frances did the voiceover, sent it back to both I and Sandra. Sandra listened to it and condemned it as well, that it wasn't right. Then that was when she now told me that she paid Francis 300,000 for the job. Then she now started demanding a refund from Francis, and they started having issues. I told Francis, if you have her money, that's how I work with Sandra. If I have a job for her and I've not delivered, just keep her money so I can refund. I don't want to holler. I told Francis, if you can refund. Francis said she has already paid the people who did the job. So Francis later refunded 50,000. I just tried to stay away from their matter, let them solve it themselves. Then my video editor was able to get somebody who did the voiceover, and we made the production for her, and that was the production she used on her Facebook pages about Senator Natasha Aboti Udwa.
Thank you so much. So I think now I'm going to start playing some of the audio that you have sent to me. I will still have you talk about them, but just in case some people are wondering, does he have any evidence of the things that he's been saying so far? Also, I have the screenshot of two different payments. There's a 200,000 naira payment. Does that have anything to do with the production that you have mentioned, so I can show that now, or is that
Yes,
coming later?
yes, the 200,000 has she didn't send me the screenshot of the first 500,000, but she sent me the screenshot of the 200,000. She kind of like said, okay, I should give the musician that she liked what he did, the musician, the editor, that she liked the job, kind of like I should give them to share and all that. So that was
Okay.
200,000 she sent.
So the 200,000 was for the musicians, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to show the 200,000 evidence that you had sent now for those that may be wondering. So this is the 200,000 that he's talking about. And once again, it was sent to Obina from the same account that had allegedly sent money to Frances as well. So let me know whenever you need me to put up the other money that you have sent me the screenshot as well. So, but for now, I'm going to play a voice that you are saying is the voice of Sandra. Some of the people in the comment section are already asking some questions like, why did you decide to come on the show? Like, why are you exposing this? Do you mind answering that first? And then I will play that audio.
Um, Ade, growing up, I always wanted to be a lawyer, but I always believe lawyers lie against people. They will tell a lie against somebody, and that was one of the reasons why I did not become a lawyer, because I couldn't lie against somebody. I know this. If I know something is wrong, it's false, and I'll be like backing it up, and no, I couldn't do that. And when we started this, I honestly believed that Sandra was doing the right thing. Yeah, I believed it because I was a fan of Senator Natasha Oti. When the whole thing started, I was a fan. I liked her. I followed her. I liked the whole thing. I was an advocate for her. Then Sandra now came up with this, and I believed that, wow, this could be true. But along the line, I started seeing, like, after the live video, after that, her live, I think that was when I started having a rethink. Because a lot of things she was not saying out after that live, they just didn't track. They didn't track at all. I'm a father. I have 5 daughters, and I started thinking, what if this is my daughter? This thing is happening to. I started thinking all those things, and it was no longer becoming like exposing the truth. It was like becoming something darker, as if maybe a ploy to destroy Senator Aboti, Natasha, destroy her, send her to jail. Something. It was becoming too. I just wasn't comfortable with it anymore.
And the main thing that she hired you for was to come up with a song. I'm
Yeah.
trying to understand the main things that she hired you for.
She had for the documentaries. The documentaries are to be 2 documentaries.
Okay.
Then musicals. She had the script for the musicals. So the musician now performed them in several stages, performed the songs in several stages, several musicals. Then the documentaries from the script she wrote for the documentary, produced the documentary, did the voiceover for it with her script. Then the musicals, we also turned them into music videos. Sorry about that. So that was just
Okay.
what we did for her.
Okay. So I'm going to play one of the audio that you had sent, and then let's talk about that.
One name, all of them are nice. If you check the script, there are about 4 verses, if I'm not mistaken. And the 4 you gave me have 4 different messages in them. The first one is it carried a different message. The second one carried another message. The third one, that was where they now mentioned the Umoren girl that she accused that they killed and used her kidney. The fourth one mentioned another incident. So I think that they did them in 4 different distance. So there's none to choose and leave the other, because I want everything written down to be mentioned. So except they want to do 4 different versions that will be releasing one at a time. So I will have the first one, Natasha 1, Natasha 2, Natasha 3, Natasha 4. Or call the other one Natasha Jezebel, Natasha Potiphar's wife, Natasha. We'll just find a name for the 4 of them, since there are 4 different types of characters we are giving her. So one can be Natasha Jezebel, Natasha Delilah, Natasha Potiphar, Natasha Atalaila, that kind of a thing. So that will make the 4 different ones where the 4 different issues will be mentioned. But 4 of them I like. 4 of them are good the way they came in. But there's something that I actually wanted the intro to have that I discussed with you earlier, where that her voice, you remember, where she said, that place I told you she was laughing, that she said she sent Akpabio Ezekwesili. We'll cut it from the place she said, yes, I sent Akpabio Ezekwesili and the feeder people to go there and deliberately disrupt the committee sitting. And she will laugh, ha, ha, ha. Then we're not launching. You see, that one, we're launching that one. Then we'll not take where she said, this injustice will not be substantiated. I mean, no, this injustice will not be sustained. We'll not say, yes, we hear you, madam. This your injustice of using public sympathy and lying will not be sustained. They will not start that one. Then the other one again, we'll look for what she said in one of the things where she was laughing, that she will marry again. We'll take that her voice there. With the other one again, we'll take where she was talking about Patoranki, or somebody, where she mentioned all those her lies there. That's what I'm saying. Her voice will be on all the intros. The other one will not be where she's talking about Umoren. We'll take it from where her mouth mentioned Umoren. Okay, where she mentioned Umoren, and that Umoren was killed and blah blah blah. Later after that, they said, Natasha, boom, we're moving. So let me shower and take 30 minutes nap. Then I'll join you people again. Obi, all these complaints you're giving me now.
Okay. What in the world was that? First of all, a lot of people will ask, how do we know that is truly the voice of Sandra? Because part of this case is that there's an allegation that she doctored the voice of Senator Natasha. So now, how do I know that the voice you sent to me is truly the voice of Sandra, that it was also not doctored?
Well, I sent you some screenshots of some audio voice notes she sends to me. I could even play them from my phone. I can put it to the screen so people can see
I can put
phone
some
number.
of the images that you're talking, so that people can see that it's part of a WhatsApp conversation, right? Okay, so
yes, I can bring them to where some things and play them.
Yeah. So I will let you talk to us about what we just listened to. But real quick, when she kept saying Natasha, she was actually saying lie, Lie, Natasha, right? So she was saying Natasha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I want you to tell me what we just listened to. And while you are saying that, I want to know how many people are in your team. Like, is this a big team? Is this just you? And I'm also going to put up a picture of where we could see the what's it called, the WhatsApp messages that you guys exchanged, showing the voice notes. So that's just one of several voice notes that I will be playing, by the way, guys. So this is the screenshot where we see the voice notes that she allegedly sent to you. So okay, awesome. All right, so let me allow you. What did we just listen to? Why this? Is there what's happening? There's this Jezebel, there's a Pharaoh, Potiphar. What's that?
Actually, those are part of the script she wrote and sent to us. These are the scripts we were supposed to turn into a musical for her, where there was a mention of Jesus, Natasha, all those things. It's part of the script. I think I sent all that to you as well. I think,
The
yeah, it
script.
should be. So there was a script she had written. So she wanted the musician to perform the script. So the musician couldn't just perform the whole that her script the way she did it verbatim. You had to now break them down into stages to be able to make something meaningful out of the song that she wanted. So that was why she now was now like maybe they break it into like Tasha one, like Tasha something like that.
I see. Okay. So she contacted you to do this, and now she's saying that she wants her to be painted in this particular way, like
Yeah,
Jezebel, like
yeah.
Potiphar's wife. Like, okay,
The
so
script is all there. You see it for yourself. The scripts are all there. She sent us a script. This is what she wanted, and she gave us a job. It's just like a typist. You tell the typist, type this for me. He does it and gives you your job. You pay us professionally. We render your job for you, and that was just what we did. And
okay, so
my team. You asked about my team.
yes,
With about three of us. I'm kind of like I supervise them. I have my videographer who does the video editing and everything. He does if drones and everything. He does all that. So he does all the video editing for me. I have the musician. He does all the singing and all that. But that sometimes I also use the musician. He's also good in computers. He also does editing when my editor is not around.
okay. This
You
is
can see
part
the
of the script opening scene, dramatic instrumental music with Nigeria's flag waving.
yeah.
We brought Nigeria flag into this matter. This is very serious something. Um,
Yeah.
okay, so this is just one of the scripts that you had sent to me. Very interesting. This is another one that you are sent. Like Tasha, the symphony of the seat. When Jezebel speaks, truth bleeds, but justice will roar like thunder. Oh wow, she went all in.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to play another. By the way, he sent me several screenshots of the alleged script. So I'm going to play another of the audios that you had sent to me, and then I would want you to explain to us what is happening. By the way, for those who may not know, there's actually a song out there. At least I've listened to one called Tasha. So there's a song that was released actually, right? She actually released it,
Yes.
right? Okay. So, and in this audio that she sent to you, was there any point in time that the senator said that Yoruba government will not stand?
No, no,
Uh,
no. I did
yes.
nothing like that. These are some of the things that made me decide to do this. These are some of the things that made me decide to do this. Because when I watched that live video and I saw some of these allegations, guy, I started wondering what's going on. What is this? What is happening? Now, for instance, telling us that the senator made such allegations against you, you are kind of like it's treasonous against the Yoruba government. You're no longer being like you're saying the truth. You like you have something out for this woman. You want to kill this woman or what? You want her to be arrested? What do you want? That was some of the things I saw that really it didn't sit right with me anymore. In the audio tape which I'll furnish to you, there was no mention of Yoruba government. This virtually everything I was hearing on the live video, live, none was there. None of all this was there, unless there's another audio she will bring for us later and tell us that this were where they were not there. And okay, even on that live, because I was expecting her that okay, since she was making these allegations, maybe she play those audio for us in the during the live, so that people will hear them. I didn't. She didn't play them. These are some of the things I saw that really changed the narrative for me. Honestly, I sat back, I thought about it, and I just couldn't continue.
So you don't know whether or not that audio was real, whether or not it's truly the senator, and there's no way for you to.
Personally,
Is it true?
personally,
Is
I
the
cannot
audio,
verify. You said?
I was wondering, is the audio real voice of the senator? And
Adeola, right now, I don't even know if I believe the audio to be real. What I
okay,
just hope is that if the security operatives, the DSS, the police, anyone that wants the audio and I give it to them, maybe they can now analyze the recording and decide whether the audio recordings are real or not. If the recordings
So
are real, fine. If it's not real, they will decide. They have apps and equipment they can use to check it to find out whether this. Yes.
okay, so I'm going to play another of the audio that you have sent to me, but I'm just wondering real quick, do you know who wrote the script for Sandra, or do you think she wrote the script by herself?
Sandra is very, very intelligent. She can do that. She's very, very intelligent. You don't take that away from her. She can write the scripts, and I think she wrote the scripts herself. Actually, she told me that she wrote the scripts herself, that she did it herself, not that she told me so. So, I think
So
she did it. Yeah.
do you know if anyone is sponsoring Sandra? I'm just curious.
I cannot say somebody is sponsoring her because I'm not very sure there, but I cannot tell you that during our conversation she kept mentioning number one, number three. There's a conversation she was like saying that number one, and for my deduction of what number one meant, maybe she was talking about Mr. President, and maybe number three being the Senate President. That number one and number three talked to, that there was one something she told me that they talked to Governor Hope Uzodinma, that she's the next governor of Imo State, things like that. So she always mentions number one, number two, that is the Senate President, and sometimes you say the president's wife backing what she's doing, things like that. She wasn't very definite about it, but she gave all the hints that these people were backing her in what she was doing. The number one and number three, and the number one.
Those are some serious allegations, by the way.
And that the governor of Imo State has been giving marching orders that she's the next governor of Imo State. I was to be the chief of staff.
Wait, hold up. So she's saying that they promised to make her governor of Imo State. That's why she's doing this, and she would make you her chief of staff if she becomes governor.
Yes, I have evidence. I have people to back all that up.